Click on the subscribe button, especially the bell on the right side. Otherwise, you will miss the latest videos.
Any planet reaching a certain degrees in transit would definitely give you result. He has given 3 rules of Dev Kerala, which mainly deals with Jupiter, Saturn, and other planets good and bad transit. That technique I am going to share with you. So, with examples, I'll share with you. Hello, friends. Namaskar. Today I am going to do a lecture on transit. There are various transit videos maybe available. Few I have seen them, but what today I am going to tell you will be different from all other videos. I'm sure it would definitely change. It would definitely change your astrological journey for good reasons. You will be more positive and with more positive attitude towards astrology as you will see the things happening. The title of this today's video is 10 commands of 10 commands of transit. Learn 10 commands of transit and planets start speaking to you. You would definitely start interacting with the planets, or you will start understanding the sign language, which that dumb people use, sign language of planets, and you can start predicting the events. This is totally different from what has been taught. It has been derived out of Patel Saab's theory. I have taken them to a new height and consolidated them in a nice manner so that you are from today onwards, after watching this video, you will be on a different level. I am positive. What I say, I mean that you will be on a different level of prediction. How do we go about it? What is transit? First transit is the birth chart of a native. It is a transit of that very moment when a child enters the world, when a child is born. That is a transit of that very moment, and that is a birth chart and a fixed. Planets keep on moving. Planets keep on moving. Now, when planets keep on moving, their transit, that transit is applied to the birth chart, and that gives you event. How do they do that? Before I start that, before I come on that, I want to say no transit, however strong it may be, no transit, however strong it may be, cannot give you what is latent in the chart, what is promised in the chart. Nothing can be given merely by even by a strong transit, merely by a strong transit. So that thing must be borne in mind. People have been saying that transit is some people have heard saying that it is a seconds hand of a clock, which gives only timing of event. I politely disagree with people who say so. They have the very learned people, but my vision is different. It is vision of Patel Saab. I'm carrying forward the vision of Patel Saab. Yes, when transits, I have been working on this transit for almost 10 years now, and I've seen transits are the only main creator of an event. They are the creator of an event. So there are first transit I have told, that is birth chart is a transit. Second transit is a is a transit in itself that now taking place. You every day you read magazine, you read newspaper, and you read magazines and newspaper. It may be they give you all transit results based on if it is a based on either moon or sun. In English papers are the English paper, it is given on sun based on this thing. Uh, all those things are we Indians follow in our ancestry, and the foreigners they say their month starts from uh, 21st March, and then that is they give on that. But still, people without if there is no daily, monthly, or weekly forecast given, you are you are not happy that you cannot read. But if you see that transit, that is dividing whole world into 12 rashis, either through moon or through sun, and it cannot be applicable to all the people of the world. It is it is just a give you glimpse of what is a placement of between moon and sun, moon and Mars, various planets. So now we'll be applying to in that thing, in that case, in Indian culture, when Venus is combust, there are no marriages. Marriages don't take shape. It is in Hindi, it is said, Tara Duba Hua Hai, that Venus is combust. What is the reason for marriage is not happening in Venus combust? Because after marriage, people would go for honeymoon, they will have physical relations, and when Venus is combust, the sperm would be very, very weak to give you result. Either a child born may be deformed, or there is a termination of pregnancy like that. So Indian seers were very, very wise, and they said no marriages during when the Venus is compressed. This is one of the very, very good examples of transit. It is independently taking place, may be applicable to all the people on Earth, that when Venus is combust, there are no marriages. It may Venus, if it is already combust or it is weak in natal horoscope or a mundane horoscope of a country, then the things Venus attributes or Venus house is owned by Venus, and Venus where it is present will not take shape. Venus attributes or the house is owned by Venus or where Venus is present would not take shape, right? This is one type of fact. So, other thing, in a chapter by Patel Saab on progression is a hypothetical movement of planets assumed. Hypothetical means assumed. It says that a planet moves 1 Navamsha per year. 1 Navamsha is equal to 200 minutes. So it says every planet would progress 200 minutes in 1 year. In that chapter, Patel Sahab has said about five methods he has given. One is ascendant moving progressively by 1 Navamsha, and when it reaches ascendant in a circular chart, it progresses 1 Navamsha, and by the time it reaches ascendant, it acquires ascendant Navamsha. It gives benefic planets give benefic results positively. He has said, Patel Sahab has mentioned in his book, and malefic planets give malefic results. What he says, I read 2 lines to apprise you on progression. Next time I will be doing progression video for you. Very, very interesting. I have made a artificial intelligence program on progression, give you an event. Patel Sahab has said in the book year-wise, I have derived up to day-wise. Sir, what is he says? Progression. First method he says, a learned man should reckon number of Navamsha from Navamsha occupied by Saturn up to Navamsha occupied by Ascendant, both inclusive. In the year indicated by the total year figure, injury as wound through a weapon we fear. This is Saturn transit. Saturn transit is it is a method given by Horasara, chapter 17, verses 88, 1.5 to 91, 1.5. So he is so sure that when Saturn progresses one Navamsha per year, and by the time it meets ascendant, it reaches ascendant, it will give you a injury or a wound through a weapon. Similarly, for he says Rahu, it says Rahu and Mars, the native will have some calamity and hit by a weapon, fatigue or sorrow, and like that. Third, he says, this is very, very important. Year of good events, when Moon, Mercury, Jupiter, and Venus, to the Navamsha occupied by ascendant, the native would be blessed. The native would be blessed with progeny, wealth, happiness, and light without doubt. And light without doubt. This means when Jupiter touches ascendant, Moon, Mercury, Venus, they touch ascendant, they reach ascendant by progression. By progression. There are 108 Navamsha in the whole 360 degrees zodiac. So one Navamsha per year. So depends, it is varying for all individuals. When Jupiter, Venus, Moon, Mercury, then when they reach ascendant, definitely some happiness would come. What does this mean? Now, I have said on progression, what does it mean? I have derived out a thing. This means any planet, good or bad, reaching ascendant means ascendant is a particular Navamsha. It has a Navamsha is 3 degrees and 20 minutes, is 200 minutes. A particular Navamsha occupied by the owner of the chart, the natal chart, owner of that chart. So this means any planet reaching ascendant degrees. This is derivation. Listen carefully. Any planet reaching ascendant degrees. This is one point. You will have to remember this. Any planet reaching ascendant degrees in transit would definitely give you result. Would surely give you result. Bad planet, suppose Saturn meeting ascendant degrees, coming to ascendant, and on the degrees of ascendant would definitely give you bad results. And whereas good planets, they will give you good results. So this is one point. This you remember, and we'll be talking on this further. Why we have taken this ascendant degrees, and in a horoscope, degrees of all the planets as well as ascendant are very, very important to delineate the event. We'll show you the wonders of transit today, and you will be very, very happy, and your new journey with these formulas would start from today. And you may have to repeat this video time and again to learn techniques, but I'll be making it very, very simple. Try to rest, God help you. So now we come to rules of transit. What are those rules? What are those rules? I come to that. This we'll be doing it on Patel Sahab chart and few charts, and we'll show you the things. Said results of a particular bhava would be enjoyed at a time. He has given three rules of Dev Kerala, which mainly deals with Jupiter, Saturn, and other planets, good and bad transit. That technique I am going to share with you. So, with examples, I'll share with you. Transit through signs denoted by Navamsha position of Lord of all the 12 bhavas. First, we'll read this and I'll show you with example. Transit through signs, you can take a screenshot of this and it will be very, very helpful. Of course, it is written, it is ad verbatim from Patel's book. But we'll derive out of this. We'll reach many miles through this. Transit through signs denoted by Navamsha position of lords of all the 12 bhavas on the degrees of that sign lord. Saturn transit. I'll explain. First one. He says Saturn position on, I'll show you. By example of Patel's chart. Now we come to this. He says, this side by side of this. Place side by side of this. He says, transit through signs denoted by the Vamsha position of Lord of all the 12 bhavas. These are the 12 bhavas. Transit position of Saturn from all the 12 bhavas. Suppose it is transiting here. It is transiting here. It's transiting here. So these days it is transiting here. Here it is transiting it. These days Saturn is transiting here. So transit through signs denoted by Navash position of all the 12 bhavas. I'm showing it the Rashi chart. Rest will move further. By the by the Navas position of all the Lord of 12 bhavas. The Lord Navas position. This is Lord of that. This is Lord of Aquarius. Who's Saturn? Where Saturn is. This is Indira Gandhi's Kundli. This is Indira Gandhi's Kundli. Lord of Saturn is sitting here. Namash position of Lord. This is the Namash position of Lord of that house. This is Lord of that. So 10 number becomes the Navash acquired Rashi or Navash Tulya Rashi of 8th house. Capricorn becomes the Navash acquired Rashi or Navash Tulya Rashi of 8th house of this chart. This is one transit. And he says, if Saturn is transiting here, then Saturn transiting here, then it will give the sufferings of the house from which it is 8th. It will give sufferings of the house from which it is. We can from here we'll move count 6th position. It will give sufferings of ascendant. From here it is 8. So it will give for Saturn transit. It will give Saturn always gives sufferings of the house from where it is 8. So if Saturn is transiting here, it will give sufferings of this place. This is, I'll clear the doubt. Just listen to this. And if Jupiter transits this place, it will bring happiness or the good things of eighth house, whatever the good things of the. Similarly, all planets. So benefit transiting the Navash acquired Rashi of any house. So for say for fourth house, this is sorry, say fourth house. This is fourth house. So Venus is here. So Venus, this Navashtul Rashi of fourth house would be again Libra. So for Libra, it will Libra. So when Saturn transits here at Navashtul Rashi, Saturn transit on the Navashtul Rashi of fourth house, it will give sufferings to father, because from here it is 6, it will give sufferings to the father. And Jupiter transit here on the Navashtul Rashi, on the Navash acquired Rashi, it will give happiness of fourth house. It will give happiness of the fourth house. And Venus, Mercury, all other moon, they gave happiness of this house. This is the Navash acquired Rashi. Similarly, we will know the Navash acquired Rashi of all the 12 houses. So this needs to be understood. We'll go further on this. Now we come to further. Transit through sign identical with Namash position of the lords of certain bhavas. These are certain bhavas. Good houses, transit of Jupiter, transit of Jupiter are good planets, identical sign of good bhavas. Good bhavas are our 7th house, 5th house, 9th house, Lagna, 7th house, 3 and 11 houses also. So all such things, these are the 3 rules. And then he says, now it's important. All these transits discussed in the chapter can be observed with the help of Navamsha chart only. Repeat, Navamsha chart only, not from Rashi chart. Further, the golden line written by Patel Sahib is, one who uses such techniques frequently will be able to issue successful predictions. One who uses this technique, such techniques, would be able to issue successful prediction. So this is the thing. This is crux of, we'll expand it further. This is the crux of today's lecture, today's video. These are 3 rules, golden rules of Patel Sahib. We'll expand it further, how it can be amplified, and we'll amplify it. From this, we will make 10 rules. From where we'll make 10 rules. How it can be. So Patel Sahib theory has been taken, and other theories is by Patel Sahib in various other chapters. They have also been accommodated to give you a foolproof system of transit. And let us see what are those 10 rules. I also have taken help from the book Transit in Orbit by Transit in Orbit by Mahendra Pratap Singh. Very good. Learn it. I have taken the juice. You know what I am presenting today is the juice of all the techniques of transit. So I have put it in a juicer, and in a centrifuge, it takes out only juice, no pulp. It is simple, pure juice. So what is that? Handshake first rule will be from 3, will make 10 rules. Handshake of Rashi and Vamsha dispositor. Dale Sahib in his book, in the chapter dispositors, have said, whenever a Rashi dispositor and Navamsha dispositor, they meet together, they give you results of the house, which it is, whose dispositors they are. I'll show you by example. Rashi dispositor of a planet, say moon. Rashi dispositor of a planet Lagna, Rashi dispositor of a planet moon, which represents only Lagna. Lagna, moon and sun, they have only one house, rest all have two houses. We don't include Rahu Ketu here in present scenario. So moon Rashi dispositor is Saturn. Moon is moon. Moon is, see where Saturn dispositor Rashi dispositor of moon is Rashi dispositor. Rashi dispositor of moon. Rashi dispositor of moon is. Oh, this is we'll take some chart for convenience so that. So the Rashi, this is we take here Rashi dispositor of for convenience so that you can, because why I'm using this, because at the end I'm going to give you all dispositor in one table so that you can yourself see that is why in the Indira Gandhi I can give you, but I have with my today's this thing I'll be giving you dispositors like Patel Sahab has given in this book. Okay, so moon, which is representing Lagna, Rashi dispositor of moon, it is in Libra. So Rashi dispositor of moon would be draw circle clear. Rashi dispositor of moon would be Venus, and Navas dispositor of moon would be Saturn. Rashi dispositor of moon would be Saturn because it is in Capricorn, and Rashi dispositor would be on Saturn. Now take another example of Mars. Mars is a lord of first house, 10th house, and 5th house. So Mars dispositor, it is in sitting in Leo. So Mars dispositor would be Sun. Mars dispositor would be Sun, and Rashi dispositor Sun, and Navas dispositor would be Mercury. The Navas dispositor would be Mercury. Both are in conjunction. Mars dispositor Gemini, and Navas dispositor Sun and Mercury are together in 6th house. They are in conjunction. So things related to first house and things related to 2nd house where Mars is present, 10th house and 5th house, they are built in the horoscope. They are promised in the horoscope, but they are in 6th house, Vachaya's house. Looking at the strength of the Mars, we can say things related to 10th house, 5th house, and 2nd house, they are built in, and results would be prominently available during a transit when the dispositors meet in transit. In transit, results would be available looking at the time, Desh Kal Path, looking at the age. We can look at these things and we'll be showing you with example. So I hope this is clear about Navas and Rashi dispositor. We close this thing and then come to when Lagna Lord second. This way to 1 second. 1 second. We have to clear our drives. When second, rule 1, golden handshake of Rashi and Navas dispositor of a house for results. Patel Sahab golden rule universally applicable without an iota of doubt. You can take screenshot. There are 10 rules I'll show you. Second rule is when Lagna Lord during its transit arrives at a sign which is being judged. Lagna Lord, ascendant Lord, comes in a sign, and you want to see child, you want childbirth, you want to see marriage, you want to see your bhagya, that is the profession, all such things. If Lagna Lord walks into that house, means Lagna Lord has come to that house to give you results. Or it's Namash acquired Rashi. I have told you just now. When Lagna Lord either visits the house whose results are being judged, or Namash acquired Rashi of that Lord. 10th Lord, Namash acquired. We can again show you for this thing. Say we are to look at 10th house. 1 second, you share with you. So 10th, we have to see results of 10th house. 10th means his projection in the society, his profession, all such things. Namash acquired. This is Namash acquired Rashi. When Lagna Lord Moon comes here, now very valid point here, very important. Third point. We are to move Rashi chart of transit on the Navamsh chart of the birth chart. Navamsh chart of birth. We are to move transit. I'll be doing it again, explaining it, but very important point. We are to move Rashi position of transit over the Navamsh position of the natal chart. So when moon of transit comes in Gemini, we are to see that it will give you results regarding profession. Right? This is very, very important in transit. It is called Navamsh transit. On the degrees of, further it will say, on the degrees of Mercury. So on the when any planet, moon will come here, or any planet comes on in Gemini, on the degrees of Lord of that house, on the degrees of Lord of that house. This is 25 degrees, or it's Navamsha. 25 degrees, 40 minutes, it's the 8th Navamsha. So on when planet, any planet transiting here, good or bad, would give good accordingly results of 10th house when planets on the degrees of the Lord of that house. Navamsh, which is called Narad. Navash acquired Rashi dispositor on the degrees. Narad on the degrees of Narad. Navash acquired Rashi dispositor on the degrees of Narad. And Navashtul Rashi is here. Navash acquired Rashi is number 3, Gemini. So this is a very important point. This you have to know it. Third, or when the Lord of that house, 10th Lord, visits ascendant degrees. Ascendant degrees would be, it will acquire same degrees of ascendant and same Namamsha. Ascendant degree and same Namamsha, because degrees are same, the Namamsha would be same. Third, mark the position of Namash Lord and the sign acquired of birth Namamsha in transit for determining the strength vis-a-vis Lagna Lord in Rashi chart. Again, we'll be showing this. Navamsh Lagna's Mercury. Lagna Lord is here. Lagna Lord and Mercury are 311. It is good, this thing. They are 311. And if they come in 212 or 6-8 position, that will be bad. So here, Mercury of transit will be placing Mercury of, because Mercury, why Mercury? Because Navamsha D9 in Lord. Mercury will place it here. See how they are placed in Rashi chart. Mercury of transit will be placing vis-a-vis moon, Lagna Lord. Lagna Lord, it will be more clear and when we go ahead and do example. Planets coming degreically to ascendant or are any benefic or malefic planets of Rashi chart. Rashi chart. These results will be fully operational at the time of event. Degreically ascendant. Why it is said degreically ascendant? Degreically ascendant means degreically it has a meaning. It is a midpoint. 8 degrees 52 minutes is the midpoint of this house. So equal distribution, all the houses, 12 houses would be 8 degrees 52 minutes. So any planet coming here, anywhere, on 8 degrees 52 minutes will be fully operational because it will be in trine to this because degrees of ascendant. It will be trine to ascendant or wherever it is, they will be in trine. So degrees of, and we have to see if any planet, Mars is also on the same Namansha, 7 degrees. So a malefic planet in any house would be affecting 2 planets, Mars as well as Lagna. Mars houses, 1 and 5 and 10th houses, and second house, and Lagna also. So any malefic or any benefic planet would be, results would be applied to houses of ascendant or houses of Mars because Mars is having the same degrees. It is on the cusp of the midpoint of the house and as of Lagna. In India's chart also, 7 degrees is ascendant and 7 degrees is Mars. Same thing. To India's chart also, they are same. So this is point to be noted. We will be showing you. Benefics transiting the Namamshatul Rashi give achievements and malefics take away or deprive the goodness of the house. I have told you. This is rule number 5. Number 6. But Brit Prashar Gora says, chapter 32, that you are to consider the significators. Say you want to see comforts of mother, then 4th house from mother. You have to see your teeth, then it is 2nd house from Saturn. So, right, you have to see marriage or sex life, then it is seen 7th from Venus. All those things are to be kept in mind. Rashi, represented by Venus, 7th to Venus and its Lord. So, there are any problems in married life, then you have to see one is the Namash dispositor of 7th house. This are malefic transiting there, or benefic transiting there, or significator of marriage is Venus. Ketu is transiting over Venus, or it is on the near the degrees same Namansha as Venus, or 7th house from Venus, that Rashi. Any malefic transiting there would definitely affect the partners life. Right? This is we further go on this way. So this is significant. Look for combustion of any planet and look for planets in Pushkar Navamsha. It is very easy. See the degrees of sun and see planet coming in close range of sun in Rashi as well as in Navamsha. Look for that. Look for planets in Pushkar. Benefic result giving, if they are in Pushkar Navamsha, it is very easy to know Pushkar Navamsha. You have to simply right click on this thing and see the Pushkar Navamsha. In Patel Saab chart, Rahu is in Pushkar Navamsha and Rahu has been giving definitely good results. Rahu in Pushkar Navamsha. So in transit, at the time of transit, if we draw a transit, then we'll see how many planets are in Pushkar Navamsha. When an event has happened, I'll show you when we do the example. Eighth point, very important. Suppose, again, we have to see that it is when a transiting planet gives disposition to a planet in Rashi or in Vamsha base chart, or when the Lagna Lord and Lord of the house, Bhava, which is being judged, come in conjunction, aspect each other, or makes exchange with its dispositor. That is called, you must have heard PAC, placement, aspect, and conjunction. Placement, aspect. But I modify this PAC. We modify with DPAC. Dispositive, if there is a dispositor shade, then it is also working wonderfully well. So look for DPAC. Maybe planets are in 6-8 position. If there is exchange between the lords of those houses, then resolution would be definitely be available. Even in medical this thing, astrology, if in a house when the planets are placed in 6-8 position and giving a disease, if there is exchange between the lord of those houses in the birth chart, resolution would be definitely be available. Take it granted. Planets in 212, if there is exchange of houses between 2 and 12, then resolution is also available. So don't blindly say 6 and 8 positions bad. If there is exchange, there would be a definite resolution would be available. You must have observed Prime Minister of any country, even in India, going, there is a medical van and doctors follow that. That is a resolution. Immediate emergency resolution is available. So we are prepared for that. Ninth, there are two types of transit. Jupiter, Venus, Jupiter of transit meeting Venus of the house. Before this, I will go to next. I explain you one more thing here. Suppose transit planets, Jupiter is here, and Saturn comes here. Saturn otherwise sitting in trine, Mercury, but Saturn itself in transit, as of now, Saturn is transiting in Aquarius. It is giving disposition to the Jupiter, making it self-contained, making it capable of giving results, because it is giving Saturn in Aquarius is making Jupiter's host or Jupiter's dispositor giving results. If they are friends, very, very good. If they are neutral, some but good. If they are inimical, somehow purpose they have to do the job. So then it is giving disposition to the planets occupying that house. This is meaning of giving disposition. Suppose Mercury is sitting in Mercury Taurus and Venus coming here, friend. So it will make Mercury competent, because Lord of that house, the owner of that house, the host of that house has come there. So making Mercury fully competent to give you a result. And when the result, on the day of event, you will see all the planets would be competent to give the required planets, would be not all the planets, required planets to give that event would be competent to give you the event. Very, very important point, not told so far, not written so far in any of the books. This is a golden rule derived over experience of my career of 30 years. A planet giving disposition to a planet, making it competent to give you result, and it will give you results. You will see by example.